As the Minnesota Vikings look to open up training camp and the 2020 season is upon us, one time. So you look at the roster right now, Vikings are poised to win a Jerome Barty, but you can't help but look ahead, right? So here are 5 Minnesota Vikings who will likely play their final season in purple this year. And before we get the comments, but what if they go to the Ravens? Shut up. You know what we're talking about. All right, so first off, Pat Elflein. Now, you would have thought that maybe last year was his final season in purple, but I mean you can't pass up the value of players on the rookie contract. Plus Pat Elflein, a 3-year starter, yada 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 yada. As well as with the truncated offseason, it does seem like a lot of guys are going to remain, especially on the offensive line. Pat Elflein left guard, Riley Reef at left tackle is likely what the Vikings will roll into Week 1, historic US Bank Stadium against the Packers, and he has been a stalwart at that left guard spot since last season. Yeah, Elflein is making $2.147 million this year. It would be nice to have that $2.381 million cap hit off the books, as well as you're looking at guys like Oli Udoh, Drew Samia, even though Samia is probably going to be stepping up at that right guard spot. But Udoh, Kyle Hinton, who I love as well, potentially hopping in. Or hell, maybe Ezra Cleveland starts left guard. I don't know. Still a lot TBD as the Vikings descend upon TCU Porn Center Bar and Grill. Next up, numero 2, Anthony Harris. Now, probably the first controversial one, not going to be the last, but they couldn't come to a long-term agreement this offseason. Next year, Anthony Harris is going to be 30, a year older, and likely not decreasing his demands anytime soon. So I think that will be it. I think that will be it for Anthony Harris and the Vikings. Also, with the 2021 cap in flux, I mean, the Vikings might not have the luxury of keeping the best safety duo in the NFL together. And also, they're probably not going to tag him for a second time because if you're tagged for a second time, you were guaranteed at least a 20% raise. So his $11.444 $1 million tag this year would be at least $13.729 million next year, which probably not, right? Also, they may need to free up that tag for next year. Ooh, foreshadowing. Next up, jabroni number 3, who probably going to be their final season with the Vikings, Ben Gedeon. So 2017 4th-round pick, linebacker out of Michigan. Was initially penciled in as the weak side linebacker starter for a number of years. Eventually lost his job to Eric Wilson, who I think is much better suited for the job. Wilson being a 2017 UDFA. Now, Gedeon does have value. I think he's perfectly fine as a utility backup, as well as playing on special teams. But as we've talked about, you're looking at Kentrell Brothers, you look at Edmund Robinson, you look at Larry Dean. Vikings just don't re-sign their backup linebackers and then just keep cycling through. Enter the Troy die. Let's get it on. So Gedeon, I think, is finally done in purple this year. Next up, number 4. Let's get nuts. Final season in purple for Kyle Rudolph. So now we're getting controversial. Rudy has been a stud since coming in as a second-round pick 2011. Remember, first-round pick was Christian Ponder. Second-round pick was Kyle Rudolph. That was supposed to be the battery chemistry forever. Not so much. But Kyle Rudolph, of course, has been amazing in the community. A multiple Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Hero of the Saints game last year in the wild card round. But also with the emergence of Irv Smith Jr., I think that his role in the offense is going to wane. Now, he is solid in terms of being a short yardage receiver as well as in the red zone. But, yeah, he's going to be 31 next year. Probably not going to be worth the $7.65 million base salary that's not guaranteed, as well as the $9.45 million cap hit. Now, the Vikings can free up $8 million in cap in 2021 by making him a post-June 1st cut and then carry over the minimal cap hits of a signing bonus over the next 3 years. And as we said, with the salary cap next year, who knows what the hell's going to happen? I mean, pinching pennies and saving some nickels is going to be important. So I think that Kyle Rudolph may be a cap casualty next year. Lastly, Minnesota Viking, who this may be their final season in purple. Dalvin Cook, sizzling hot. Now, I hope it's not true. I love Dalvin. I think he's dynamic. I think if he stays healthy, this is the perfect system for him. I think he will thrive. I think he will lead the league in yards from scrimmage. But long-term deal, will it get done? Probably not. Next year, we've suggested Vikings should toss the franchise tag on him, which would be around $10-ish million per year, which I think could be fine. But also that Derrick Henry 4-year, $50 million deal may have completely torpedoed Dalvin talks, because Derrick Henry settled for way less than you would expect, as well as way less than I think that Dalvin is looking for. So I think that this may be it. I think Dalvin will have to play out this year, the final year of his rookie deal. Of course, he can't hold out with the new CBA. So if Dalvin, God forbid if he has a down year or has an alien abduction yet again, I think that could be it. That could be finito, especially with Alexander Mattison, second-year man out of Boise State, just waiting in the wings, waiting for an opportunity. So who knows? Who knows? And that's it. That's our list of 5 Vikings who this could be their last year in purple. What are your thoughts on our thoughts, as well as who else is candidates for to be gone? Deuces. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.